It's a retro later rip of 92 Donruss, coming up next on Cheap Wax Chronicles. Hey, it's Aaron. Welcome back to Cheap Wax Chronicles. Today I'm ripping a box of 1992 Donruss Series 2 baseball. This is a little bit odd compared to what I usually rip, because I usually just rip boxes of wax packs or foil packs. Today, this is a box of rack packs, which I didn't even know existed for the 1992 session. This is very, very common for manufacturers to do up through the mid-90s. I thought Donruss stopped doing it in 91. They definitely did not do it in 93. I think Topps was the last to do it in 93 with the rack pack configuration. Basically, where you have three foil, or you have the three packs that basically are in the same wrapper, which is interesting. So I'm looking forward to taking a look at this. I am actually curious about how many Diamond Kings are going to come out of this. So we'll see what we have. But we have 24 rack packs in here. When you consider that each of the rack packs does have 45 cards in it, this is going to be the equivalent of about 2 boxes. I'm obviously not going to go through the entire thing, but we'll take a look at it anyway. I thought this would be kind of a fun rip, and very, very cheap. I actually bought this from the Real Sports Cards Marketplace. Somebody is offloading a bunch of stuff from their relative, and I picked this up for $15. So this is not a bad investment. So let's take a look at it and see what we got here. So yeah, so you got, there's a rack pack, and it's just really, really, really odd. I don't see a whole lot of these. There you have your hanger tab for retail purposes. Well, yeah, I mean that's your typical cards. I'm not sure if there are any special inserts out of here. In the retail jumbos, there was a long ball leaders insert, but I'm not sure if there's anything special out of these ones. Let's take a look at this pack and see what we got here. And nothing else, this will help me get rid of some of the older cards that I have in my set that maybe don't look so nice. But yeah, so we're starting off with Wally Ritchie, Willie Randolph. These are actually really clean looking cards. Danny Cox, Sam Yellow rated rookie, Montgomery, Steve Fry, Chris Gwynn, Will Clark, and that's an all-star card. It's got Broch's Dave Fleming on a rated rookie. Patrick Mahomes rated rookie. Not the football player, but his dad actually, who played for the Twins for a short period. There was a Don Mattingly in there. Jim Thome rated rookie. That's not his rookie card, unfortunately, because he did appear in the 1990, I believe, the 1990 score set. Based on what you would see from a foil box of Donruss from this era, you could expect to see 4 to 5 Diamond Kings per box. So with this, I'm expecting to see 10, but we'll have to see what comes out of here if we come across. I'll open about 5 of these on camera. We'll see if we come across any inserts, and see if we come across any other interesting cards in these sets. Bobby Bonilla All-Star. Darryl Strawberry in there. Jeff Juden rated rookie. Frank Thomas. That's a nice card. I really liked the photos in the back of these cards. I really liked this set a lot. I think they did a really good job with this premier set, going with the CMY color offset printing. And yeah, I mean that is a really good photo, I think. Stanley Sandberg. There's a checklist. There's another checklist hanging out back there. Rick Sutcliffe. Tom Glavine. And just the smell of these cards, man. It takes me back. There's another Sandberg All-Star. The other thing that Donruss did in 1992 was there were a lot of fears about what am I trying to say about counterfeiting of cards. So, especially in the late 80s, early 90s, when prospecting really became a big thing with baseball cards, and sort of one of the harbingers of the junk era is that people started to counterfeit cards. And the 84 Donruss Mattingly was one of the big ones that was counterfeited quite a bit. And then if you can take a look, I'm not sure if we can see it in the camera here. I'll try and get a zoom if my camera doesn't shake too much. But let's zoom in more. You can see, there we go, just a very, very faint watermark with the Donruss logo in all those cards. And that was one of their mechanisms, just like the microprinting on your checks, to make sure somebody wasn't trying to counterfeit your cards. And that was when Upper Deck had come out with their holograms, with their holofoil stamp. That was sort of one of the big things that all the manufacturers started to do, is try to figure out how they could actually do, put some anti-counterfeiting measures in there. Score did. There was a microprint code that they put on the bottom of all their cards, and then Donruss and Leaf obviously had the watermarking. I don't think Topps did anything. I think Topps pretty much did cat. And Fleer also did some watermarking for a very short period. The watermarking had gone away pretty much by 1994. It was present in the 93 sets. But as they moved away from printing on straight cardboard and doing an offset printing to doing photorealistic printing, they actually moved to doing the glossy cards, and then they moved away from doing the watermarking. So one of those weird footnotes to history. I always really liked this set. I thought it was a really clean set. I don't like that, but yeah, those cards all went through the ringer. All sorts of marks on those ones. Alright, let's see if we can pull anything out of these next ones here. I do have a video opening 1992 to rookies, and I will throw up that card over here so you guys can see it. Very, very similar look to these cards. These do have the blue gradient versus the green gradient, and that was something that was consistent between two series this year. When Donruss went to two series in 1991, they actually did make the series different colors. And Score actually went a different way and put 6 different colors in their sets, and it looked kind of garish in my opinion. No DKs in that pile. Let's take a look on the wrapper here and see if they actually tell us who you might find in here. So obviously there was an Elite Series. Cal Ripken Jr. is an autograph for this year. Let's see. Ricky Henderson portrait cards. And they don't have anything else about the rest of the Diamond Kings. So, interesting. Alright, well, we'll see if we come up with anything else. So this is all base cards. And you might be wondering why the rack packs. So, I mean, one, it saved on shelf space for places like Target and Walmart because they can just hang the cards up versus having to devote shelf space to boxes. But the other thing is that they also promoted it as sort of like a way to get cards you couldn't get. For the longest time, the Topps rack packs had the glossy All-Stars in them. And then Donruss actually went the route of giving you a little bit of a deal. So they did mark this as a value pack. So basically, for the price, at this time, the packs are retailing for about $1 a piece, and I believe that you could get a rack pack for either $2 or $2.50. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why the rack pack sort of stood out. There's a Colorado Rockies team logo, which is actually pretty cool. Did that for the expansion. But yeah, no inserts yet, which is really odd, because I think that we're about... Maybe we're not that far into it. That's the other thing. This box has a lot of freaking cards. So it's going to be... If anybody wants a full set of 92 Donruss Series 2, you'll probably get it at me. All base again. That's so weird. Alright, but yeah, we'll take a look at what we have for base here and just see if we can come up with some names. Kevin Seitzer, Kevin Mitchell. There's another Don Mattingly. Again, there are no standout rookies really in this set. There was in the rookies update set, there were, I think there's a Piazza and a Manny Ramirez, but there's nothing really here in this set worth writing home about. But again, it is a nice looking set. I like it. Harry Puckett. And I think they held him up for the second series because nobody knew if he was going to sign with the Twins or not. Because he ended up being, I don't know, he was on a 1-year deal coming on 92 season. And there was a very real chance that he would have become a Boston Red Sox. But that ended up happening for him. One more pack. Let's see if we can find an insert here, guys. Because my lips are wetted for a DK. Nothing there. Nothing there. And that might be why these are value packs, quote unquote, because they don't have any inserts in them. That's a little bit disappointing, but that's the way it goes, and that's part of the risk you run with these things. What's kind of funny is that the 5,000 Cal Ripken autos that are in here, obviously they were run across quite the print run, and there's no there's not. You have an easier chance, I think, of pulling a printing plate out of like Bowman than you do of pulling one of these Cal Ripkens out of here, but that's just me. So. That's all we got today. We'll see you in the next one. As always, stay safe and stay well, and support local card shop.